This episode is about the mosque at Ground Zero, which is causing a lot of uh, controversy. Thing is that um, they're trying to build a mosque which is about 2 blocks away from the Ground Zero site in New York, and there's been a lot of controversy and a lot of debate about whether they should be allowed to build a mosque there or if they should not be allowed to make it. Now, whenever you get into a situation like that, it usually turns into the rights and religious freedom and all that. But I think it's a bit more complicated than that. 68% of the people who were asked the question of whether they should build a mosque at near Ground Zero said that they opposed the idea. Now, this brings out a lot of other problems. First of all, are we comparing Islam to the terrorist attacks, or are we able to differentiate whether Islam from the terrorists? Because the main argument has been that Islam is given a wrong uh, blame for terrorism. But at the same time, you have to see the facts, and the facts are that most terrorists, all terrorists, at the moment that are against America are Muslims. So, and it's more complicated because it's not at Ground Zero. I know when I first heard it, it obviously sounded like no, they shouldn't build it. But it's not exactly on Ground Zero or near Ground Zero. It's about 2 blocks away from where the building World Trade Center was. And they're trying to get permission to build a mosque about 2 blocks away. But there are a lot of other stuff that they don't talk about, which is about 3 blocks away, they already have a mosque. So then you gotta ask yourself, okay, so they already have a mosque 3 blocks away. Now they're trying to make another one 2 blocks away. And this argument, the direction of the argument has gone completely in the wrong direction. Because it's not about religious freedom and all that, because that's the bedrock of our belief system in America, and we believe everyone has a freedom of religion and individual rights that we can't take away from the people. We already know that. What the argument should be is, given the context of where it is it the right thing to do? And I think the best solution the best solution would be if the Muslims themselves withdraw their request. If the Muslims themselves withdraw the wish to build a mosque out of just taste and proper etiquette, just having good manners or something like that, they should be the ones who are not arguing the case because they already have a mosque nearby, but they should understand and be reasonable, rational people instead of arguing the religious freedom. They should be saying that we understand the sensitivity of the issue and we're willing not to build a mosque that near the Ground Zero site. So they should actually, instead of arguing what they have been doing, they should actually say, you know what, we understand why this is a sensitive issue and we won't build a mosque that close to the Ground Zero site out of respect of our country, out of respect of all the Muslims and Christians who live in the United States, and the controversy. We should uh, repeal the request for building a mosque there. It's that simple. Um, it's not because it's linked with terrorism or Islam. We're not talking about that. If we talk about that, yeah, you do have a right to build a mosque there. So there's no doubt about that. But what the doubt should be is that are we being rational, reasonable people when it comes to this argument? And do we have the manners and the etiquette to actually refrain from building a mosque that close out of recognition of the cultural sensitivity and the victims of 9/11? And I understand there have been Muslims who were killed there during the attack. I understand that there were uh, Muslims who helped save a lot of people, but we still need to look at it from a big picture. And I think that the Islamic Center should not be built there. All right, thanks.